Hey, crafters, welcome into Guys Craft 2. My name is John, and happy start of the week, happy end of the weekend, happy get ready for Monday. Not sure what stage of life you may be in. Um, I'm kind of in, not ready for the weekend to end, that's for sure. Had a really good weekend, had a lot of things going on, had some good, successful things happen. So we have a lot to chat about, a lot to talk about. But let's see who's here so far. So Russ is in and says, "Good afternoon, John and chat. Hope everyone has had a wicked, awesome weekend, right? It's October, so we're into the wicked Halloween. And no, I did not get pictures posted. I will do that maybe after the live today, but I will get some Halloween decoration posters out. Can't believe I didn't get that done, but it was on the list, believe me. Katrina's here. Hey, everyone. Um, she says it looks like we're having more company for a wedding next weekend. Milton is on the way. Wish he'd just go away. I saw that. Like, oh my goodness, like what's going on with the weather down in the southeast? So interesting enough, I work for a utility company. We had a conference this week in Nashville, Tennessee. Very fortunate. The company wanted me to go. I was there, did what I was supposed to do. Ended up staying like literally 1 block, 2 blocks from Music Row, Jason Aldean bar, just all the bars, everything, all the nightlife. I didn't really get to see a bunch of that. It was a great strategic place to be, just a lot going on. But I didn't even think about Helena and the impact that it's had, like in Asheville and all that, because some of the utilities and some of our peers that were supposed to participate in the conference weren't there because they were dealing with all the fallout in that. And then I saw on the news the other day that now they've got another one coming. So, how crazy is that? So hope you all stay safe, you all over in the Southeast. But yeah, who would have ever thought that Asheville, North Carolina, of all places, would be dealing with the fallout from a hurricane like they are? So just scary. Hey, Stephanie, welcome in. Thanks so much for being here. Hey, Becky, howdy to you. And so had a big weekend. I actually got lots of things done, which is nice for a change. Behind me is my first, all by myself, all by John alone quilt off of Gracie. So it is possible that Gracie may actually start earning her keep and may end up getting a workout. So I ended up not getting another quilt top on her today. I had planned to, but ended up going out to lunch today, ended up going bowling today. And yes, I wanted bowling. And some other things. So I didn't get to get another quilt top on there, but I hope to this week. But I do want to show you the accomplishment that I made. Marie was amazing to help me. I know Stephanie in the past has offered to answer questions and that. So, it's just so nice, as I always say, that we have such a great YouTube community. I appreciate each and every one of you all as my family. It just means a lot in that. But Marie was awesome at the Quilted Poodle. We actually ended up spending about 3 hours together. But she walked me through a lot of the variations of the software, helped me really understand um, what I was doing, what I wasn't doing. Um, and so, needless to say, I got my first quilt top done. So, go me. I am very excited. And then I thought, today, let me lay out a Halloween quilt top and let's try to get a Halloween done next. And I realized I have 5 Halloween quilts sitting on the bed now, waiting to be quilted. And I'm now going to hopefully finish this quilt top today, or get close to finishing that one. So I'll have 6 quilt tops for Halloween. So needless to say, all 6 are not going to get done for Halloween, and hopefully I'll at least get one done. But Lord only knows. We do the best we can. I still work full time and still spend money full time. So there's a lot going on. Hey, Brian, welcome in. Thanks so much for being here. Inez, she says she just finished her pumpkin runner today. How awesome is that? Congrats. Dale, thanks for being here. Oh my gosh, Sally's back. How you all back from vacation? Oh, she fell Friday, missed a step. So she has a splint till I get x-rays, but vacation was terrific. That is awesome. Glad to have you back, Sally. You were absolutely missed. I am very sorry that you are injured, and I hope you have a quick and safe recovery. Oh, that's awful. Sally says, congrats on Gracie. Thank you. It is so nice to hear her needle go up and down and actually do kind of what I told her to do. So that is very exciting. Jean, hi, welcome in. Jen, thanks for being here tonight. Linda's Trendy Threads. Hey, everyone. Thanks for being here, Linda's Trendy Threads. What else? If you hopefully saw the post this week, I did post that we are doing a holiday quilting bee, is what we are going to call that. So November 11th, I believe, is the Veterans Day quilting bee. It will be 8 to 11 on Arizona time. It will be on Veterans Day. I am going to work with Farmhouse Blues is the pattern that I chose. And I'm sorry if that drives y'all nuts because I know the lettering is backwards for you all. It's just we just deal with things we deal with, right? It is a Villa Rosa design. It is the pattern that I picked out. It does require 14 medium to dark fat quarters, and if you want to put the optional border on, which I plan to do, that's another 1.5 yards, and it does take a 1 3/4 yard background. So this is the pattern that I am going to work on. I still need to get a hold of our veterans home in Phoenix and hopefully see if they'll be able to take some quilts from me. But that is the plan. And some of the quilts that I'm practicing on now for Gracie, that's what I plan to do with those. I did find that I had this fat quarter bundle from Fat Quarter Shop that I had purchased about a year or so ago. I had just not done anything with it. So this is the bundle that I will be using for the Farmhouse Blues. So very patriotic in that. You don't have to do something patriotic. You can choose just to tune in, tune out, do what you need to do. I hope to maybe have a guest or two, a surprise appearance by one or two people during that, because I will say 3 hours was a long time for me to talk last time. So we may have a couple of people join on and off during the day. We will have some prizes. I started getting some stuff out the other day that I realized I had. So that I hope we have a good time. The plan is for us to just be together um, and see if we can't figure out what's going on and what's there. So be there, be square, come in for 30 minutes, stay for 3 hours, do what you want to do. But it's just a good opportunity for us to be together. We will have another holiday quilting bee, and that will be on Thanksgiving. I don't know what the patterns and some of that looks like yet. I hope to have that by mid-October. The focus was getting Veterans Day selected and making sure folks knew what we were doing for Veterans Day. So if you wanted to follow along and do the same pattern, you would have time to do that. So that was the focus. And I will be working on something for Thanksgiving. But the plan is to stay on the holiday schedule and stay 8 to 11 Arizona time. Keep in mind that when y'all back east fall back, Arizona does not. So right now, for a lot of you, we're a 3 hour time change. And starting in November, sometime when the time clocks change, will only be 2 hours difference because, again, we never change our clock. Katie Crafts is here. Hey, Katie, it seems like forever since I've seen your name pop up. Thanks for being here. Katrina's here. She says she broke her ankle on vacation. Unfortunately, we were in Washington for a Boy Scouts BSA jamboree. That was not good timing, Miss Katrina. Oh, thanks, Inez. Inez and Russ says the lettering is right for them. Good, thank you. Because I've tried to flip it. It looks correct for me, but I tell you what, trying to deal with all these cameras sometimes can be very challenging. But I'm trying to get there. Um, Judy is in the house. Hi, Judy. Jeannie is here. Hi, welcome in. Thanks for being here. So let's flip over to the other camera and see if I can show you all what this quilt turned out like. So this is the quilt top. This is only a quilt panel. That's all I did. That's all I wanted to fool with. And this panel is like 60 by 60. So talk about a beast. But I think it is just such, I got to be careful. I got a fan. I think it turned out really cute. Sorry, I don't have a good way. I need to figure out a better way to show you all bigger quilts. So we will. I'll try to get a picture at least posted on Facebook too to see. But the pattern itself was really, really cute. And I don't have hardly any files in my, so I don't know if y'all can actually see the pattern. It's a pumpkin with leaves coming out of it, but it really stitched out so pretty, so nice. So I'm really happy overall with the way it looked. I was disappointed because I have what's called the gold card for QCT software, and I hardly have any patterns. And it was like, I just can't believe that QCT doesn't give you more patterns than that. How did my camera get so whopper jaw? All right, hopefully that's a little bit better. Yeah. All right. So I was really kind of disappointed. This pattern worked out perfect. It was just a much bigger pattern. It took a lot longer to stitch and get things out than I realized it would, but it is what it is. This morning, I ended up buying a few stitch files from My Creative Stitches because they run that $5 sale too. Plus, I wanted some really cool Halloween stitch, stitches, edge to edge files. And I realized I had one from Urban Elements that I'd bought a year ago and just never got. So, sorry, just really parched today. So, went to load those in the QCT software, was playing around with it. It had a button that said download files now. I'm good at pushing buttons. I pushed the button. 45 minutes later, it uploaded the gold files for like the last 5 years. So I actually have a ton of free designs. I just didn't realize they had never gotten downloaded onto the Surface and into the software. So they are there now, and along with some of the new files that I bought. So you know what? It all works out. Oh my gosh, let's see. Are you kidding me? Kelly Quilts and Cruises is here. Hi, everyone. When the time changes, I think the Pacific time will be the same as your. No, we're on Pacific time now, I believe. And when we fall back to Mountain time. I know it's 2 hours difference in the fall. So right now we're 3 hours, 3 hours at Eastern time. And when everybody falls back, we're only 2 hours. Um, but thanks for being here, Kelly. It seems like forever. I caught you the other day. I think it was a repeat, but I did get to catch your live the other day, which was pretty good. There's Judy. Thanks, Judy. I think it turned out really cute. Inez, yes, I agree. Sally. Oh, good. So you could see the pumpkin stitch out pattern a little bit at least. I do think it was a really cute pattern. It was just a lot more than I thought. It was like 15,000 stitches per zone. And it took every 3.5 rows took a new bobbin. So went through almost 4 bobbins. So definitely learned a lot, and I will learn to do more. Thanks, Jeannie. I am excited about it. I think it turned out so cute, so dense. I'm really excited to get it squared up and get binding on it because I want to wash it and see it all puffy up and be all cute. The plan was to donate that quilt, but now that that's my first really accomplishment off the long arm, I may end up having to keep it. But we'll see. Judy, you are correct. Download all the gold patterns. I had no clue that they weren't already downloaded and that you had to go in and push those apparently each month. So, yep, now I got plenty of them. But thank you. Guess who? Nancy's here. Hi, y'all. Joydy's here. Always fun to see Joydy in the house. And okay, I think I'm calling. Oh, it says new messages. Keep scrolling, guys. It's been crazy today. Um, oh, Inez is in Newfoundland. How cool is that? We are international now. Dale and Joydy. All right. So just because I can't resist a bargain, and sometimes I just can't resist spending money. I think I found this on Etsy the other day, not meaning to find anything on Etsy, but this is called a Boo Table Runner Kit, and it's from My Fabric Addiction, and it was just so adorable, and it's all pre-cut, so it just has to be stitched. I thought, you know what? Why don't you grab that because you might want to actually do something with it. And some of the fabrics in here were just too cute. I mean, look how, I'm a purple freak anyway. So how cute are those ghosts and those on that purple with those bats and that? So yes, I didn't need one more project, and it's probably not getting done this year. It was not very expensive, actually, especially to be all pre-cut and to be, everything you need. So I ended up grabbing it, but didn't need another Halloween project. But I have one anyways. So let's set that aside. And then, bad enough, this silly thing popped up in the feed, and I felt like I had to get it, so I did. Right next to it from the same store was the Ho Ho Woodsy Gnomes. And I absolutely love gnomes. And so I couldn't resist. And again, this one is all pre cut as well. So because it was all pre cut and that, and because it's gnomes and because it's Christmas, I just kind of felt like I had to have it. And it just kind of jumped in the shopping cart along with Boo. So I now have that one to complete as well, but at least it's all pre-cut, which makes life easier, right? Because that means it'll just fall together and stitch itself out and just be all cool. But anyway, now I have another project to do because I needed something. I was worried, Joydy. I was very concerned that I didn't have enough stuff stacked up and projects going on that I might need to grab something else, right? So it is what it is. And it says, loves gnomes, finished quilt for my son last year. See, yes, I am all about gnomes. So blessed by Jess is here. Joydy, love the gnomes. Oh, Katrina says, are you going to join in on the New Year's mystery at Stitch in Heaven? Yes. So because I decided this year to do a retreat, and that's thanks to Stephanie Stitches, because she had such a good applique retreat down at Stitch in Heaven. I ended up deciding to go down there because it was really a cheap deal to go down there. So I am going down there for New Year's Eve. I will not be doing a holiday quilting bee New Year's Eve because Stitch in Heaven and several others do. So I'm not going to kind of invade on what they've done the last few years. So we will not have one for New Year's Eve, but I plan to join Stitch in Heavens, and I am on Team Rob because Team Rob, I think, is doing a patriotic quilt. And believe it or not, this one that we'll do Veterans Day is the first patriotic quilt I've actually done. And I just, the colors that I can't remember the other lady's name at Stitch in Heaven, her kit just didn't call to me like Rob's did. So I ended up buying the team t shirt and all that. So I plan to be there. Oh, Katrina says she's going to be at home working on Tiffany's kit. All right, so she's Team Tiffany, I'm Team Rob. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, so blessed by Jess says she's Team Rob. Yay. So I think they do such an amazing job in that. So I'm excited to see what they do and how they put things together. She said Tiffany is doing purples and greens. I couldn't remember, but for some reason, and I love purple, but for some reason it just didn't call out to me. So I'm not sure why I ended up. I think just because I've not done anything patriotic. Mm, All right. What else did I do? What else do I have to tell you? Seems like I had lots going on this weekend. Oh, so I went to the quilt store today because I wanted to buy just some 60-inch fabric. We have one quilt store that's actually open on Sunday. So I thought, you know what? Let me just run over there. Let me grab some 60-inch fabric because I have several panels that I want to get done. And one of the first Halloween quilt I pulled out, I purposely wanted to do it next because it was all pieced together. It's a panel and that. But when it measures out, it only measures out like 42 by 52. So it wasn't big. I thought it'd be great to, practice on in that. And then figured out I could put a 60-inch fabric backing on it and not have to do a lot of cutting. I don't want to do piecing. I really don't want to cut up a 108 wide. Um, Anyways, get to the quilt store. They don't have the only thing they stock 60 is Minky. And I ignored that and did not buy any Minky. I want you to know. I am still looking to get to find the right pattern to make a sweatshirt like Adam did. I would really like a Minky sweatshirt, and at some point we will get that figured out. I am not making Minky's sweatpants. Apparently, he's made the whole outfit. That guy is just way over the top for me. I wish I had a third of his energy. But the poor guy does get things accomplished, and it all looks so good. All right, what else is going on? Hey, Alexander, thanks for being here. Um, what else? Oh, so anyways, I did not buy any of the Minky fabric, even though they told me that. But they actually had this grunge that was in their clearance section. So it's kind of a limey yellow. It was only $7 a yard. And so it was on clearance. And I thought, you know what? While it's on clearance, I'll grab some because I got a new bookshelf. And I actually have room to add a few more pieces. So I did. And since this was on sale, I really liked this blue green and the way that looked. So I grabbed some of that. I just got a yard and a half of each, but just, yeah, and I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. I need to stop. It's so addictive. But in like this color, this blue with this gold, just was, I mean, it just pops. So again, it was on clearance. I ended up buying all of this, which was 2 yards, a little over 2 yards. I just did end of bolt on it, but I don't know if you can really see, but it's just it's a kind of a cream white with a gray shadow on it. That turned out really cute. And then as I was trying to get out of the store, I found some timeless treasures. Timeless treasures, for some reason, is my weakness. It seems like every time they put out a new fabric that somehow I end up having to have it. And sure enough, they have this rainbow sewing room. So I don't know if you all have seen this. I had not seen it anywhere. I haven't seen it online. I haven't seen it anywhere. I don't know how new this is, but I fell in love with this. So it's rainbow sewing room fabric, and it's got everything. It's got the lace, it's got the bobby pins, it's got the buttons, it's got the seam ripper. I mean, it is just too adorable. So I ended up getting a couple of yards of it, and then they had the companion to go with it, which is again in the same rainbow fashion, but it's all zippers. How cute is this? It is all zippers. So I ended up grabbing a couple of yards of this because I thought, okay, so if I get these two, I can end up making probably making like a 3 yard quilt, which I haven't done for a long time. But I thought I can do something like that. I can probably find something on Villa Rosa since I have probably 200 of their patterns. And then I saw this to go with it. So I ended up grabbing that too. So I did end up paying full price. The only thing I don't like about this particular quilt shop, like today, I had a $10 coupon because I'd spent so much money in the past that after you spend enough, you get a coupon. I had $10, but this is one of those shops that just never, like, they just never seem to have sales in that. So I like the shop well enough. It's a beautiful shop, but it just seems like I always pay full price for everything there. So I did get, like I said, I got some nice clearance today. I ended up buying a couple of yards of all three of these. But this was $14 a yard. And folks, I don't spend that on fabric. I buy a lot of fabric. I do spend more money than I probably need to. But at the end of the day, I don't spend $14 a yard. It's just not me. But this just really called out to me with the rainbow colors and because it was so specific around um, sewing and all that, I thought would really be cute. These two fabrics, this one and this one, are timeless treasures. This one is they had as a companion to it, but it is not timeless treasure. It's called Sewing Box, and it's a Canvas Studios one. But I thought it was close enough. I think it will blend in with these, and I think it still makes a cute will make a cute quilt. So I ended up grabbing a couple of yards of all of that today. All right, sorry to be off camera. I'm just trying to make room so I can actually sew tonight because I came with the intention that I want to finish working on my open gates project and see how I can do. All right, so let's catch up on chat. See, Kelly gets it. Don't you just hate it when fabric just jumps in your basket? See, I have that happen. It's people don't get that. Oh, Stephanie says I love that sewing fabric. I had just not seen it anywhere at any of the other stores and that, and I just love the colors. I think that's one of the reasons I like Timeless Treasures is because they have a lot of bright colors, which remind me of Tula Pink, which I know Tula Pink's getting ready to come out with a whole nother line, which means I'll probably have to spend more money. That's okay. Can't take it with me, and I'm not leaving any for my kids. My daddy told me when he died, he was leaving us. Only thing he was leaving us was a funeral bill. He did not lie. He did leave a funeral bill. Linda's Trinity Thread says, yes, buying fabric is addicted. Her husband just shakes his head. When I come home more, love buying fabric. I do too. It's just something about it. I think it's just the idea that we're going to accomplish something and accomplish so much. Oh, Ines says, what a beautiful bag you can make from that. I never even thought about that. So I did buy, I think, like a yard and a half of each. So I would probably be able to make a bag out of it and still do like a 3 yard quilt or something. Um, so we'll have to see. Love the zipper fabric. Totally agree. Yes, Joydy, to answer your question, that store does have a online presence. It is I will put it in the chat for you. It is, the store is called Sun Valley Quilts. If I could type, I would put it in the chat for you. And they are in Sun City, AZ. You can tell them I sent you because they all know me at the store. And I was going to let me grab the name. I'm almost, uh-uh. Fabrics have a name, right? I'm not losing my mind. They usually name the collection. I guess not. This says Timeless Treasures, Fabrics of Soho. Does not have a name. I would have thought for sure there was a name on here. So it does not have a name, but it is Timeless Treasures. So there is that information. Ines says the $10 coupon didn't get close to the price of all this. Correct. Very much so. But that's okay. You know what? I wanted it. I'll go back to work tomorrow to make sure I pay for it. And I continue to pay all my bills so I don't have to hear how much did you spend or what did you get. I earned all of this, or I'll pay for it within 30 days before the credit card bill comes in. Let's check here because I do want to get sewing. Oh, Alex, Zaza says Fabrics of Soho will be the name. Duh, sorry. I try not to be slow, but sometimes I can be. Going room bright zipper stripe. Yeah, I just love this fabric. So I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. I will probably get out all of my um, book of Villa Rosa and start flipping through and see what I can find. And then once I figure out what makes sense, I will get something going. So I am now going to actually make my new little Juki. I haven't decided what we're going to call her yet. She doesn't even have a Guys Craft 2 label yet. So I need to see. That's how busy the weekend's been. I just feel like I got so much accomplished, and yet um, the worst thing is I got to go back to work tomorrow. And I like my job, and I like the company I work for, but I just want to play. I just got too much stuff I need to get done, and work really does seem to interfere with that. So just curious, do you all have the same problem? I mean, like, does work just get in our way and just not let us get things done that we need to get done? It's like, folks, come on, I got stuff I need to get done. Plus, I've got the cruise coming up later. The plan is to be in Shady Pines next weekend because I have not been up there and I probably won't get to go until Friday. And I'm used to going up on Thursday after work, but I probably won't get to go to Friday because I've got supposedly, folks, I get my Volkswagen ID4 back out of the body shop on Thursday. I am so psyched. I am so ready to have my car back. Definitely miss having my vehicle. They gave me a nice Mercedes to drive out of the rental group and that's fine. I'm sure some people like it. I'm sure some people are impressed by it. I am not. I am not that kind of driver, and I actually feel weird at times driving it and letting people see me get out of it because that's just not who I am. But it's not mine, so it doesn't matter, I guess. But I will be glad to have my vehicle back and not have to go to the gas station and get my hands all smelly. And just so you know, if you are an Open Gates customer, if you all bought the Boo Box, this is not the way the directions say to put this quilt together, but it is my quilt. So I get to do things sometimes the way I want. And this just seemed to make better sense to me. Um, like I said, I think Monique down there does an amazing job. But this just, for me, made better sense than what I was trying to read in the pattern. And what they were trying to do in the pattern was to help us group things together so then we could just put some big strips so you didn't have to do as much piecing and all that. But I was just not happy. It just wasn't working for me. And I thought, you know what, just go back and do what makes sense for you, square things up, and just move forward. Because the reality is, I just want to get done. And this one's going to end up sitting on the shelf, probably waiting till winter because there's no way I am going to get this quilted this year. So, because I've got to start doing Christmas presents. Where are you all at with Christmas? Um, I've got to get Christmas stuff going. Fortunately for me, I don't make as much Christmas for family in that because I have such a small family. There's just not that many of them. But still, I need to get Christmas going. Jen says she was more more productive when she worked, that now she gets more distracted. I get that. I understand exactly what you mean because when I have a nice long holiday weekend and I think I'm going to get so much accomplished, I end up doing squirrel and end up not getting near done what I thought I would. And that's okay. Life is too short. Oh, Brian says he's off that week. Mary, here ya. Mary, Jen. Oh, hey, Raining Yarn. How are you? Thanks for being here tonight. Jody and Brian, you might need a double trailer. I tell you all, it's crazy. Most of our Christmas is done, Katrina says, since her. Oh, that's right. I remember you talking about the fact that you need to, you've got family coming in, you need to get everything back east. So it does make sense. Russ says, I only meet the deadlines if I keep on my schedule. I understand. Jody says that platinum Juki would look nice down in North Carolina. I have to say that is probably not going to be one of the prizes given away at the holiday quilting bee, but you just never know. But I will have to say I am very happy with it. And that's coming from someone that's had every machine in the last 2 years, it seems like. And I finally found one that works for me, that makes sense for me, that goes a speed that I can keep up with. I don't know, it just is all a good thing. So there's that, right? I did get to see you all popping around on some channels this week. I saw Sean. I watched. I did only get to see the replay for Russ this on Saturday. I did catch part of Stephanie this week. If you all always wonder who I'm watching, who I'm following, that is always down below um, in the description box. I always try to put who I'm watching in that and what's going on. I will say I tend to be more of a stalker just because depending on what room of the house I'm watching in, if I'm watching on the TV, I don't even try to get into chat or figure that out. So I usually have to run back to the other room if I want to try to chat or make a comment. So that's not always convenient. So just understand, yes, I'm one of those lurkers, but I do try to manage to always go back, especially in my history, and make sure I'm hitting the thumbs up and doing those things to help support all the creators that are out there. Because I'll tell you guys, we so appreciate any of us that are running channels and that. So appreciate each and every one of you. The fact that you all keep the chats going, stay so engaged with us, just being supportive, willing to open and be here means a lot. And I can tell you, it sometimes takes a lot of energy to get the chats or get the channel up and going some days, but it is a lot of fun. Jody says, you don't realize what we're talking about. No, Jody, I do not. And I was kind of scared to ask. I was hoping you were talking about QuiltCon and all the fun that's going to be out here, but never know. Oh, Brian says, see, we all have our own justification. Brian says he can trying to convince himself that if he gets a new sewing machine, that will help get all the Christmas gifts done on time. You know, we say and do what we need to do. Jordy said she wants to buy a Juki. I do love my Juki. Guys, I've had a Bernina. I've had a Bernina 790. I've got a Bernina 480 still. I've got my Viking Epic 2, and I do like that machine. I've got the Genome Memory of Craft that I've worked on. I've got the Juki 2010, but I like this Juki single stitch series. I like the speed of it. It is the one that really lets me hold a good quarter inch. I know that sounds strange, but if you notice, I don't have a anything over here even helping me guide it in that. This machine and I just click, and I think that's what's important. And everybody just kept saying, "Find the machine that works for you. Find the machine that makes sense." And it's taken me 2 years and a lot of investment to get where I needed to, but I didn't get there. O'Brien says he wants the brother Avenir. And so you would be Russ's buddy because Russ is a brother person. And I like brother. I would never say anything against brother. My ex wife still runs the brother PR 600 that we bought probably 10 years ago that's got 10 million stitches on it. So brother is a good machine. Brother does a lot of good things. He says, but the brother is more expensive than the Bernina 990. I saw the 990. I know people are impressed by it. I know they love it. I'm sure it's a nice machine. I am never spending that kind of money on any sewing machine ever again. That's why I bought the Viking 10 needle to do embroidery because I think it's more flexible. I think it gives me a lot more room to do what I want to do. And that was half the cost of what some of those other single needle machines would cost me. Look at Joy encouraging Bryant. You know, you have to get what makes sense for you and what works for you. And right now, if you can get a good deal on it, especially with Black Friday and all that coming up, they're going to want to be getting some of those machines off the shelf by the end of the year. Judy said, "Nope, you'll have to read back later." Trina says, "My husky boy needs to go into the spa. It's been over a year." Get that. Luckily, I haven't had worked on enough of any machines yet that I've needed to have them serviced. Hey, Joyce, thanks for being here. My first live with you. We appreciate each and every one of you dropping in. This is me just rattling on, talking about any and everything. So, hope you enjoy that. If you do, give me a thumbs up. And hope you will continue to support the channel. Jody said, "What did you name? It's Platinum. How about Marilyn Monroe?" Oh, there you go. To be honest, I just haven't thought about it. I've got Gracie in the other room. I still need to name my other Juki that is going up to Shady Pines. So I will get that figured out. I know they got my sewing desk and table and all that put together last week because the couple that does all that kind of work for me up there text me to let me know that it was done and that I owed them big time because apparently it did not go together well. And so I'm really anxious to get up and see what it is. But I got a new Aero sewing chair for up there because the stool that I bought from Harbor Freight, which is a nice stool, just was not that comfortable to sit in, especially after Labor Day weekend doing lives with Russ, doing lives with me, and then doing the holiday quilting bee and that. I just needed something different. So I'm not sure what they meant by that. I didn't ask because I went for the win, and the win was that they got all of it put together, and there's a hole that's sitting there waiting for my former Juki machine to go up there. So it will be nice. I won't have to drag a machine back and forth. I'll have a machine sitting there. This is the TL18QVP, and the other machine is the TL series, but it's the 2000. This one supposedly has a few more bells and whistles. If I'm not mistaken, I think Stephanie sews on a Juki. I think she sews on the 2010, if I remember right. Or maybe I've watched too many channels now and I just can't keep track of anything. Trina says, "I remember taking my husky in, and the lady asked How long had it been since it had been cleaned? I told her a year. She looked and said, I could have sworn 5 or more years. Wow, that Katrina's pushing some thread through that machine. Is she not? That is crazy. Joyce says, I want an arrow chair so bad. I will have to say, I bought a chair from Walmart. I bought a chair from Amazon. I bought that stool that somebody recommended on YouTube from Harbor Freight. I went every direction and realized I sit too much in this chair and I've spent too much on machines and everything not to just take care of myself. And so I broke down and spent the money. I think it was Sewing Machines Plus just had them on sale for like $50 off or something, but they're not a cheap date at the end of the day, but they are a nice chair. I am very happy I finally made the investment in myself. I like to say sometimes I am worth it. Ina says she loves brother as well. Yeah, I will never say anything bad about a brother. I think brothers make great machines. Um, I think there's a lot of great machines on the market. It's just what happens to resonate with you and what makes sense. And especially price point. Oh my gosh, um, they're just so crazy in price. Gail says every once in a while I'll think about a different machine. There are a lot of creators I follow, get an older singer and carry on about it. So I just keep wondering what I've got and be happy. Yep. To me, if what you've got makes sense, if what you've got works, that's what I would do. I never this when I finally got to the Jukies, it's where I finally said, "Wow, this is just my machine." I wish I had started with Jukies a long time ago, but I don't know. I still may have circled around, but I think once you find your machine, it's your machine. You're going to stay with that machine. He says, "You're not sitting comfortable sitting in a seat when you're doing something, you're not going to do it." Nope, I totally agree. That's so, so true. Sally says, "Is that the seat that has the chocolate storage under the seat?" I didn't realize it was chocolate storage, but yes, ma'am. It is a chair that has the storage underneath. And now that you've suggested chocolate, I may end up squirreling a little chocolate away in there. Um, I'm trying to avoid going through the living room because I have three big witches and they hover over a cauldron. And yes, I filled the cauldron. I did put um, some air packing in it this year. So the cauldron itself is not completely full of candy, but it's way more full of candy than I need it. And every time I go through the living room, I have to somehow a piece just jumps in my mouth. And I do not need that much sugar or that much chocolate. I do like that much chocolate. Mm-mm. Oh, Inez says, yes, Sally, and peanuts. Mm. Brian says, now I'm putting the chair on the list, right? You got to get the whole thing. I mean, oh, I don't know. And I probably encourage bad behavior, and I don't really mean to, but I've also realized I got to have the right tools to do the right things. And at the end of the day, I know, talk a little much about retirement and that. It is my goal. It is where I'm trying to get to. And sorry, I'm looking. I have a thread little bin that I put stuff in, but I think I moved it over there. Um, and I'm trying to get things now to make sure that everything's paid for, everything's cashed out, because I know I will not be making the same level of expenditures when I retire, and that's fine. I'd much rather be able to be home and work on all the projects that I have stacked up. So we won't talk about the 10 tubs of fabric kit that I have sitting in the closet here. But at some point, those kits have to come out of the storage bin and they need to get under the needle. So we will make that happen slowly but surely for sure. It's just always something. Oh, come on. I tell you, it is so awesome to have such a YouTube family and have such good friends. You just never know what they're up to or what's happening. So, but I am excited. We got the holiday quilting bee coming up. We've got a big month of October coming. I've got for us in Arizona and Phoenix, because it's hot. We do our Pride event in October. So ours is coming up in 2 weeks. And I do like to go to Pride. I'm definitely the old person there, I realize, but I just still feel like I should support that. The company I work for actually walks in the Pride parade and that buys us T-shirts. I did that last year, and again, we'll probably do that again this year. So I've got that coming up. I've got the cruise coming up. I've got Shady Pines next weekend to make sure I've got everything put back together up there the way it needs to be. So October is going to be a busy month. November absolutely is going to be a busy month. We're going to have two holiday quilting bees. So that will be fun to figure out what we get there and how we get those things put together for us. Always appreciate your not only your support, but your um, input, suggestions, and that helps me a lot to understand the direction to help take the channel and what we're working on. So feel free to always drop me a note. My email's John at guyscraft2. If you're part of the Facebook group, that's great. You can hit me up there, but always enjoy hearing from you all. If you don't hear back within a day or two. It's just because typically either work is going crazy. This past week, I was traveling, so I was flying half a day there and half a day home because it takes forever to get to the East Coast. But that's okay. I did what I needed to do, and now I've got one more flight. I just booked my shuttle ride for Miami, so I have that booked and ready to go. All right, let's see what else. Uh, Wow, you all have been chatting. I am so far behind. Sorry, guys. He said she put Slim Jims in her chair or wood. Joyce says she has the Juki TL18 and a 25-year-old Viking that still runs like a dream, right? You're just, it's crazy. If you get the right machines and take care of them. I mean, it's like they always told you oil your car and it'll run forever. You take care of your machines and just clean them and put some oil in them. They are good. They will give back to us many times over. Trina says, I haven't bought any Halloween candy yet. I'll take the grand and let them get a bag each to donate at church next Sunday. There you go. See, and those kids always know how to find the right candy, right? The good candy. Sally says, a friend bought me a chair that is that is bungee cords. Many friends have them and are comfy. I've seen those chairs. I don't know that I've ever sat in one, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Ryan says he's already eaten the bag of candy that he bought for Halloween and the backup bag. Yeah, see, the problem is we don't even have trick or treaters, so I have no reason to need Halloween candy in the house other than it goes with the month and it goes with the theme and I decorate for Halloween. How do you decorate and not have bowls of candy? I have a really good friend. We hardly ever talk anymore, but we were real good friends for a long time. Used to work for Hershey. And he goes, you'd be amazed after working at Hershey for a few years, you just get burnt out on candy. And I was like, I probably need to work for Hershey for a little bit to see if I would reach that same conclusion. Jordy says she has a Fab and a couple of others, but she really wants a Juki. Maybe if I say it enough, it will appear in my sewing room. You just never know. See, Jen says her fabric stash is her retirement fund, and with the price of fabric going up, I'm a wealthy woman. Amen to that. I tell you what, I never pay full price for fabric, but I did really just love that sewing. The rainbow sewing from Timeless Treasures. I had not seen it anywhere. I may have been able to come home and find it somewhere else online and get a better price, but at the same time, I do want to support local. I do support my local stores, my local businesses. So I went on and bought it, but that's a rarity for me. I just don't believe in paying full price for fabric. Fabric's just gotten too crazy. Joyce says you just never know, Joy. Poor Russ is stuck under the puppy. I swear she's not spoiled. Your puppy is royally spoiled, but that's okay. I believe we were given puppies for a reason, and I only spoil them. If I can't spoil a puppy, I don't want a puppy. And right now, I don't want to spoil anything, so I don't have a puppy. But I do miss having I do miss having dogs. Gertie says her butt would hit the floor on a bungee cord chair. Too funny. Y'all crack me up sometimes. Trina says, Quilt Meet Worlds, I'm stuck in the recliner. Gabby's on the footrest and I can't get up. Oh my goodness. Judy says, I've been retired for 13 years from Yellow Bus, and I still sub for the college for fabric money. I think we all, even at some point, will figure out some additional income, even if we retire. I mean, I don't know. We'll figure things out. Believe it or not, I am actually a certified life coach. Um, and for several years, had a pretty good income going for mentoring new coaches and helping them get their certifications in that and getting qualified. I'm not so much into the life coaching anymore. I did it for several years in that. It's a great profession. You can help so many people, but I really actually did enjoy the mentoring piece of it. But then I got burnt out on having to keep all my certifications up in order to do that. I may do go back to some of that when I retire because it was a nice income. I was able to charge a pretty good price for it and had a pretty good stream for a while. It's just after working in HR and human resources all day and that and dealing with other people and problems, you just kind of get to the point it's like, nah, I don't want to do that anymore. So I kind of just let things go for a while, but we'll see. Hey, Jackie, welcome in DBD Stitch Art. Thanks for being here today. Jordy says, Riley has you wrapped around her paws, and that is absolutely true. I love to watch his vlog. Uh, and especially when Riley from the back seat is just providing some pretty long, big kisses to Russ. So, yes, that dog is completely spoiled, but that's okay. It's the only way to have them. Sally says, no trick or treaters for her, and she has not bought any candy yet. Yeah, but you've been gone, girl. You've been traveling and vacationing, so you still have time to hit some candy up. Yeah, see, Joyce, I don't have trick or treaters, but I still buy candy just in case. That's me. I'm buying it just in case. You know what I'm missing is the orange and black wrapped peanut kisses, which apparently a lot of people don't like, which is my favorite candy for Halloween. And I could not find them. I have not found them so far this year. It's probably better I didn't. And that's only because I just don't go to the store. I just refuse to go into Walmart and them. And so I have to find it online when I order groceries from Walmart and that to do it. And I have not done that. And now y'all have made me think of it. So now I'll probably have to go look again because I've got a Walmart order sitting there that I need to finish up. Oh, Katrina says Fat Quarter Shop has the buttons in that line too, and that they are really cute. They did. And actually, the store did have the buttons. And I don't know, to me, it just seemed like it ended up being too much. if that makes sense, but they were cute. And that's why I ended up going with the different brand, but I thought it did coordinate, and I just got the spools. But again, it's going to depend on the pattern we pick, right? Zaza says, my aunt worked in a chocolate factory and never touched chocolate. The factory let them eat what they wanted. Most of the people sickened themselves of it the first 2 weeks. Yep, that's what he's always told me about Hershey. He said Hershey would send them home bags of candy and all that, and just, yeah. See, Inez is my friend, right? You need the fabric for retirement. That's what I did. I feel so good that I would leave it in my car until my husband was out. I understand that too. I remember sneaking some fabric and different things in and just acting like it has always been here. Oh, Jackie says, I just found a tub of Halloween fabric. So I go in the store today. They literally have 3 shelf things full of Halloween fabric, not to count the 6 that they have for Christmas. And I was like, I am not even looking at Halloween fabric. I have my own shelf of Halloween fabric. This will be the 6th Halloween quilt. I could buy Halloween fabric day and night. Oh, Katrina says she hadn't seen peanut butter because I had them last year, so they're still out there. They may just be harder to find. I think Fry's, which is our Kroger, always has them. I just don't shop our Fry's because it's a big, gorgeous, beautiful store that is horribly managed. So I just tend not to go in the store that often, but I may have to break down and just go up there to get my peanut butter kisses. But I do. That's my favorite. So we will see how that works out. All right, let's do one more, and I will actually have all 12 done. And I can at least say I got something accomplished today. I got a lot accomplished today. I got to go bowling. I got to go out for lunch. I got to go to my favorite Chinese restaurant. So I have had an amazing Sunday. So don't let you all think I didn't have a great day. I have had an awesome day. All right. So I have sewn out all the squares. I need to press these open. I need to make sure I square them up. The next thing that happens is they will end up getting matched up. Excuse me. Wow, I can't get a hold of it. If I could get a hold of it, I could hold this up so you all could see how cute is this going to be when this sews out. So that is the next step. But I need to get these ironed and pressed out because that's me. I just have to have everything pressed level and neat before I go to the next stage. So that'll be the next stage. If I can tell you all, you will not see this in Shady Pines next week. Doesn't mean that it got done, but it's just not carting it to Shady Pines. I'm getting embarrassed that I've been working on that now for I think 3 weeks. So just kind of crazy. All right, look at Joy. So Jackie says, John, where do you shop for fabric locally? And Joy says, everywhere, Jackie. Unfortunately, Joy knows me way too well. She's been on the channel a long time with me. We are becoming very much besties, and she does have a lot of insight to me. We have 5 local stores. So I live out in the Surprise, Arizona area, out with Sun City. So we actually have over in Sun City, we have a store called Sun Valley Quilts. I like that store. That's where I bought the fabric today. Across from that is Erica's store, which is the sewing asylum. Erica's the one that actually taught me how to put my first quilt together, how to cut and do everything. So the sewing asylum, she does carry some fabrics in that, not near what the others does, because her specialty is really teaching lessons in that. She's an amazing lady, and I hope to have her actually on the channel sometime. Just haven't done that. We also have a store called Arizona Quilts out here. It's a nice, pretty large store with a lot of fabric selection. I end up shopping there just a few times a year. I end up spending plenty of money when I go, but I do end up shopping there a few times a year. Um, we here inside the Sun City West area, we have a store called Bob's Variety, but they actually have a full quilt shop. We get a good discount there because I belong to the quilt club. So they always give us 15% off. So I tend to shop there. My favorite store in Phoenix, Arizona is 35th Avenue. It's 35th Sew and Vac. So it's a sewing and vacuum store. Their store in Phoenix is absolutely huge. They have one out here in what's called El Mirage. The manager there is the most wonderful woman I have ever met. She's amazing. She treats me with such dignity and respect and helps me. I get a 20% discount typically on everything in the store because I'm an AQP member and all that. So I tend to buy a lot of machines, equipment, things I do usually through 35th. That is my go-to store. We have another store here called Cactus Quilting. It's a smaller store. It's a couple of years old. It's a newer store. I shop there occasionally, but not as frequently. It's probably the least frequent store for me. And then, we won't talk about my favorite quilt store in Missouri Star Quilt and Fat Quarter Shop and Open Gate Quilts and all the others that just keep sending me stuff online. So it's just crazy. We will see. Jackie says she loves 35th. I shopped at the Chandler store for a long time. Yeah, I don't shop. I've never been to Chandler because obviously for me it's the other end of the world. El Mirage is a very small store, but they always seem to take care and get me what I need. Then at the end of the day, I can always order online from the main store and they'll send it out here for me for free. I like to go to the main store maybe once a quarter. Typically, I'll go down on Sunday morning. That seems to be when they're slowest. And I like to go down on Sunday morning, but I spend way too much money when I go down there. It's like in an old, what I would call Rose's store. I don't know if you all ever heard of Rose's little department store, but it's a it's a really nice store, and it's just loaded to the gills. Jackie Manny just runs that store. Jackie is a sweetheart. She has always been nothing but sweet to me. Super nice, very helpful. That's why I've always kind of been loyal to 35th. At the end of the day, they're just great people, and they've always treated me so well. So, guys, with that said, I so appreciate each and every one of you being here tonight and listening to me rattle on. It was so great to be able to interact and get to chat with you all. I didn't get as much accomplished as I needed, but that's because we had good chat tonight. And I so appreciate how you all keep the chat going and keep things active for me. So we will see how things go. I am looking forward to next week. I did just get an Open Gate quilt box, so I will put that monthly subscription box up hopefully by Tuesday. I'm not sure that I'll get it done tonight and ready to post tomorrow, but I will be getting that done. But as always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And until next time, happy crafting.